have Rolls Royces, mansions all around the world if she don't have nothing.
These tax questions, he replies to them by showing on Instagram $26 million, a payment he made to the IRS. By the way, nothing makes your tax payment look shadier than when you're just holding up cash.
Right.
That's not a good look for the IRS. But he showed his actual, I mean, 26 million.
That guy not pay taxes? How do the people around him, how do the lawyers that I'm sure that he employs, the financial people that are probably running his life telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, how do they not deal with his taxes?
Floyd Mayweather, the unbeaten boxing icon recognized for his extravagant lifestyle and self-proclaimed money image, now finds himself at the center of a financial storm. Multiple sources report that the Internal Revenue Service has initiated a thorough investigation into Mayweather's financial affairs, casting serious doubt on his tax returns and high-value assets. This unexpected action by federal officials has reportedly caused turmoil within Mayweather's close circle, with insiders revealing that the former champion is in a state of panic as the pressure continues to mount.
Well, there may be another reason Floyd Mayweather has agreed to fight Conor McGregor. ESPN reporting that Mayweather, get this, still has not paid his taxes for 2015. We don't know how much money Mayweather owes, but he's asking the IRS for a break. Until the fight, the end of August, Mayweather made about $220 million from his fight with Manny Pacquiao. That was back in 2015. He's expected to make about that much for the McGregor fight. Maybe he should have stayed retired and paid his taxes.
Yeah, pay taxes. Usually that catches up with you if you don't do that.
For someone who used to flash piles of cash on social media and boasted about being a billionaire, this recent twist could signal a major shift in the legacy of one of boxing's most extravagant personalities.
Floyd Mayweather has made a lot of money in his career. It appears he also owes a lot of money, too. The boxer apparently owes $22.2 million in taxes from 2015. According to ESPN, the tax balance was unpaid as recently as March 6th of this year. Meanwhile, on Facebook, he shared, "Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear." He added, "Uncle Sam received $26 million from me in 2015. He continued, "Bottom line, everybody just wants to be a part of the Money May show, including the IRS. The good news for Mayweather, whether he has tax troubles or not, he'll have a hefty payday on August 26th when he takes on Conor McGregor.
Mayweather's troubles with the IRS have been quietly building for years. In 2017, he grabbed headlines after requesting a delay on a 2015 tax payment, citing a lack of available cash, despite having earned hundreds of millions. At the time, it was dismissed as a tactical decision, but sources now suggest that incident was merely the beginning of something much deeper.
You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. I'm working for ESPN. We're broadcasting the Mayweather-McGregor fight live. And to this day, they will tell you that's a record. That's the biggest fight ever. That thing was sold out. That place was, people were dressed up as empty seats. And I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And I go, it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, oh, it's pretty much full. This isn't, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the checks.
But why didn't it sell out? I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so well.
All anybody was talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
it's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody would.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems
peculiar.
Crazy. Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still to this day claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is claim it.
Despite his flashy displays of wealth, Mayweather's financial track record with the IRS is riddled with complications. The IRS once filed a lien stating he owed $22.2 million in taxes for the year he reportedly made around $200 million from his bout with Manny Pacquiao. On top of that, records revealed an outstanding $7.2 million tax debt from 2010. Mayweather has previously insisted he paid $26 million in taxes for 2015, maintaining that any claims of inconsistencies were baseless.
Listen,
I am.
He apparently had a tough time reading the thing, as they say. Like he didn't know what he couldn't read like
That's BS.
something.
That is
That
BS.
they said something
Time
like
out.
that.
He is paying. I'm sure he's got a litany of people in his world.
I happen to agree.
Financial management people.
You think so?
How long before he's suing somebody for mismanagement of funds?
Listen,
you know that's happening.
You'd certainly think so. By the way, they announced, I'll get your calls in a second, they did announce the pricing for Mayweather McGregor. $100 for a high def, $90 for standard def. So there you go. So it's exactly what the Mayweather Pacquiao fight was. $100 pay-per-view.
Records show that Mayweather had lingering tax liens from earlier years, including a $7.2 million debt dating back to 2010. In a petition submitted to the U.S. tax court, Mayweather argued that although he owned significant assets, most of them were not easily accessible, making it difficult to pay off the debt right away. He requested to postpone the payment until after his 2017 fight with Conor McGregor, expecting that the revenue from the bout would be enough to settle his tax dues.
Well, it turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now, multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Floyd Mayweather's financial controversies go beyond just tax troubles, revealing a consistent pattern of legal battles and questionable practices. In 2015, he was hit with a lawsuit for failing to pay $1.44 million on a $3 million diamond necklace. He had made a $1 million down payment, followed by 6 installments, but then stopped paying altogether. While Mayweather has earned millions, he's also faced accusations of taking money for events and merchandise that never materialized. Fans have reportedly paid for meet and greets, appearances, and exclusive content, only to be left empty-handed. A TikTok expose even highlighted how much of his brand is smoke and mirrors, driven by hype rather than real substance.
I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist.
NFT world, guess what?
Guess
It's about
what?
to drop. And of course, I'm the money man. But guess what?
Sure are.
We're not done yet.
We aren't?
They told me
There's more
we're not
scamming to be
yet,
done.
and it's not over.
My God.
Autograph gloves.
Oh my God. That's incredible. 2,000 people that invest in his NFT project get a chance to win autographed gloves. It's crazy. But you might be asking, did he actually follow through on his promises and deliver these gloves? Of course he f***ing didn't.
Money May, you all know the rest.
Money May, you all know the rest. You just got scammed again.
In 2024, reports surfaced claiming that Mayweather was briefly detained in Dubai due to unpaid debts, with allegations indicating he wasn't released until those obligations were resolved. These incidents, combined with his lavish spending habits, have sparked growing concerns about his financial stability and public reputation. Despite earning massive sums over the years, Mayweather's handling of his finances has come under increasing scrutiny, casting doubt on the long-term sustainability of his wealth.
Turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Backing up these claims, boxing agent Rick Glazer stated that Mayweather was being held by Dubai's legal system over significant debts not connected to his boxing career. He pointed out that the UAE has strict policies regarding financial obligations, and failure to pay can lead to serious legal repercussions.
Regarding custom, and I'm giving you my very good instruction from there. Please say hi to you and most welcome in Dubai. And if there is anything from Dubai police, we are happy to serve you. Thank you so much.
Mayweather often associates wealth with success, regularly using social media to flaunt his fortune with displays of cash, luxury cars, and other status symbols. While he sees this as proof of his achievements, critics like Shannon Sharp have raised concerns. They argue that these flashy displays might be a sign of poor financial habits and an emphasis on image over long-term stability. Rather than focusing on building lasting wealth, Mayweather seems more focused on impressing others.
The Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. He had to get the ones. Make it rain. Check it out. I need everybody. Got girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
Mayweather has always been a polarizing figure in the sports world. While he's celebrated for his undefeated record, he's also criticized for his bold persona and unapologetic chase for wealth. He has openly stated that money rather than legacy is his guiding principle, stressing that financial success takes priority over his boxing legacy. This stance, combined with his lavish lifestyle and public displays of wealth, has attracted the attention of critics who see his actions as symbols of materialism and arrogance.
Floyd Mayweather was trying to give y'all the fights, and everybody starts saying that this guy was too old, this guy was too that. Floyd Mayweather starts saying F all of y'all. F the belts, F you, F everything. I'm taking y'all to the bank, I'm robbing y'all. Belts does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated. I train all day long, and I'm doing this to try to be one of the greats. Forget that, I'm gonna do it for me. He became one of the most selfish fighters you'll ever hear. That's why I never blamed Floyd. When y'all hear me say the Floyd Mayweather effect, a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, you hate on Mayweather already. No, I'm talking about the effect. Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but people grab the wrong things because most people aren't about hard work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw a scene.
Floyd has consistently emphasized how money is at the core of his life. He even expresses his desire for his children to follow in his footsteps and pursue the same business endeavors. His primary goal, he claims, is to create generational wealth. However, this philosophy has also made him a target of criticism from those who argue that he prioritizes money over character.
Work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw a scenic route.
This money-driven image has shaped a new generation of athletes. Stephen A. Smith pointed out that today's rising stars don't look up to Floyd for his skills, footwork, or legendary ring IQ. They admire his bank account. According to Smith, this shift is a disservice to the sport, sending the message that money is more important than mastery. In doing so, it risks undermining the very principles Floyd once embodied.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Floyd Mayweather has long been associated with extravagant displays of wealth. From his collection of luxury cars to his private jets, one of his most lavish possessions is the $18 million billionaire watch by Jacob & Company, featuring 260 carats of emerald-cut diamonds set in 18-carat white gold. He also takes pride in his $100 million watch collection, which includes a $400,000 Rolex Daytona Eye of the Tiger chronograph.
Beyond the glitz and glamour, the flossing, the pomp and circumstances surrounding everything that culminated in Saturday night's Mayweather versus McGregor fight, there were a few sightings that were relatively low-key in comparison, but more significant than many may realize. At the weigh-in, there was a two-time NBA champion, Draymond Green, and star guard Paul George. On fight night, of course, there was LeBron James, James Harden, Isaiah Thomas, and a few others. And none of them were there just to pay homage to Mayweather, the fighter. It's the businessman in Mayweather they actually love even more. As the sun clearly set on the boxing career of Mayweather, many can reflect on a lot of things about the man. He wasn't a Mike Tyson-like knockout artist, or even Tommy the Hitman Hearns. To many, he wasn't even Sugar Ray Leonard. He certainly can't be confused with Muhammad Ali or any other fighter who's ever been socially conscious. No doubt he was guilty of domestic violence, as our very own The Undefeated accurately pointed out. He definitely had his share of boring fights that didn't give the people what they actually wanted to see. But that ain't the legacy these athletes are paying attention to. What they're paying attention to instead is the $1 billion plus Mayweather has earned in his career. How box office he made himself. How he's been his own boss, answerable to no commissioner, no owner, no GMs, and barely even the fans for the last decade in achieving unprecedented wealth, fame, and control of his own name, his own brand. And how despite strenuous efforts by so many to bring him down, they simply weren't able to do it. You want to see an athlete drool? The idolized displaying deference and respect? Watch.
Despite his enormous earnings, there are several reports and allegations suggesting that Floyd owes money to other fighters. One of the most high-profile stories comes from rapper 50 Cent, who accused Floyd of scamming him out of
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ. That's how we doing. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show them what it's saying.
Money green.
No, hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece. One of one. Money team. Can we see it on him? Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
I think it's a one of one. I love that.
$2 million. According to 50 Cent, when Floyd was in jail, he asked him to handle his promotions. 50 Cent invested money, but after Floyd was released, he allegedly acted as if he had no knowledge of the situation.
We brought them over. I brought him over while Floyd was, still incarcerated.
Yeah.
Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying him the new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Yeah. Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh, man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face and he tell me to do that.
As financial scrutiny grows, these symbols of opulence are being reassessed. What once represented success now raises concerns about financial responsibility and the long-term viability of such extravagant spending.
You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. I'm working for ESPN. We're broadcasting the Mayweather-McGregor fight live. And to this day, they will tell you that's a record. That's the biggest fight ever. That thing was sold out. That place was, people were dressed up as empty seats. And I mean thousands of people. No. I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And I go, it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much full. This isn't, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather and McGregor, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the checks.
But why didn't it sell out? I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so well.
All anybody was talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
it's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody would.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems
peculiar.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still to this day claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is claim it.